Quantum computing is the next tech revolution, and Rigetti could be at its center. We stay ahead on the curve here on the channel. And if you want more AI, quantum, and tech stocks, tap the like button and let me know. Now, let's get into it here with Rigetti stock. I think we've covered Rigetti stock starting really basically back here in November. It was just around $1 a share, and we saw it push up to about $21 and sell off with Jensen's comments. This was the CEO saying that quantum computing is 10, 15 years away. This is the Fed saying there's going to be more interest rate cuts. Now we see it here and also getting pulled down most likely from the wider spread market sell off ahead of slapping tariffs on China and also seeing not the best job reports and not the best outlook from the Fed. So let's take a look here. Overall trend, if we wanted to pull it out, it's basically like 2 points here, right here, maybe. It's actually starting to look even more bearish. See it drop below this 200-day moving average. When we look at the quantum computing market, there's a lot of expected growth. I would say the number one thing that people don't look at about quantum computing, while quantum computing seen innovations, we know AWS just released a chip, Microsoft released a chip, we know Google released that Willow chip, and Rigetti stock is the one stock that has basically every single component made up of their quantum computers, including their software, that's enabling them to plug in with any of those chips. So the reason I say that and why that's so important is if you take a look at Rigetti and their quantum computers, right now you can order this 9-qubit QPU. And we know the evolution of the computers from the CPU to the GPU to now the QPU. When the GPU came out, all the QPUs were saying, it's not going to be that good. Now the QPU is coming out, and you see companies that own the GPU saying QPUs aren't going to be that good or something. It's 10, 15 years away. Saw those comments, right? So you can see they are improving their fidelity. So their accuracy with these quantum computers is becoming better and better here on Rigetti. And they cover every part of the quantum computer from the machine down to the single chain, down to the temperature stages and the mixing chamber, and even down to the qubit. Now, this is the interchangeable qubit that you might be able to drop in a Willow. You might be able to drop in a Marinera from Microsoft. And that's not a coincidence. If you head over to Rigetti and you look at where they're available, I could start using this quantum computer through the cloud on AWS. Now, AWS just launched their quantum chip this past week. And what I'm saying is they're aware of what's coming from these big companies. They're positioning themselves to be able to plug in with big companies. You can use them through the cloud on AWS, so Amazon. If you head over to Rigetti on Microsoft, you can use them through the cloud here as well. So Microsoft drops a new chip. I'm not sure how easy it is to pull up, but I was under the impression that you could use it on Google Cloud as well. So why we bring this up is because if you're looking at Rigetti stock from a position of just the technicals or just the financials, it's not going to look too good. The technicals, you see it break below the 200-day moving average. It's getting rejected. This green line here is showing maybe a trend, but only basically 1, 2, and 3 points. Nothing that is concrete, and we're basing it on what was probably an overreaction sell-off here from the comments. So the technical analysis, yeah, RSI might look more like it's crossing over or it's a buy potentially on the short term, but there's no indication of a reversal just yet. So right now, yeah, overall direction looks up, but this recent sell-off with the broader market, technicals do not look good. The financials do not look all that good. One of the things that I want you to know is if you looked at IonQ, they recently reported earnings, and I think their revenue was up. Their revenue was up a considerable amount, but their overall financials in their net income was down big. So you can see revenue was up 90% year over year to 11 million in revenue. But so they beat revenue, Their net income was down negative 200 million. So that's just in the quarter. So we're talking about a pretty substantially negative net income. Now they have a lot of backing. They got Microsoft, they got the government, they got tremendous cash coming in from not just stimulus of the government, but the biggest companies like AWS and Microsoft. Same thing with Rigetti. That's the exact same thing. So if we pull up, and the reason I bring up IonQ, there was an interview on CNBC with the IonQ CEO just the other day. And one thing that he was talking about, you can watch the video, it's about three minutes breakdown. The number one thing that I heard him say is multiple times he was saying, we are like NVIDIA before they blew up. We are like NVIDIA before NVIDIA became what it is. I don't know if they highlight that in this article. IonQ as section leader claiming 10 to 15 year advantage over competitors. You can see that. But in this interview right here that I'm not going to watch, but you could, I could leave a link below. It's just so clear. He's like, he's talking about how they're saying we are where NVIDIA was before they blew up. Exponential ride. I mean, these are seriously bullish claims to be making. And we didn't see the same thing from Rigetti's CEO, but the overall consensus was about the same. And so when you look at Rigetti and you look at the contracts that they have, there's nothing, they have NASA, they have AWS, Microsoft. There's nothing that points to Rigetti saying, oh, we're going to see a massive recovery right now. But this is definitely one of the technologies that I would highly encourage every person to do some more research on. This is going to power the biggest problem solving AIs in the world, and it already is. And so if you also drop down from Rigetti and you take a bigger step up, take a step up and just look at the overall quantum market, there's a lot of reasoning why for Rigetti being a key player in a unique position for growing in 2025 and beyond. One of the key indicators that I would find to be a good kind of red light, green light for long-term investors is going to be what tech is backing them. So we know Microsoft, we know AWS, we see NASA as a company they work with, but also your BlackRock. If you guys are aware, BlackRock is one of the biggest companies in the world. Vanguard, State Street, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, okay? So there's a reason that they're invested. Now, if you're invested in the company, maybe you don't want your portfolio to look like every institution and be at risk to that type of manipulation that they could sell off. Because right now, some of the movements that I'm seeing look big enough that potentially could be reflective of institutions selling. You can see this sell-off right here, sell down to $10.20. At the beginning of the day, these sell-offs are taking place. And when they recover throughout the day, like here's a sell-off, they recover throughout the day, then they're selling off right at the end of the day. And a lot of times institutions, they schedule their sells and their buys for the beginning and the end of the day. So you got to keep that in mind. It's kind of indicating some institutional sell-off. So keep that in mind. Outside of the news, outside of their innovative tech, their technicals still need more confirmation unless you're willing to take a risk here and buy in anticipation of a bounce or a break above that 200-day moving average. It is at a previous resistance right here at $8.50. That's the only indication. It's like, maybe people aren't watching that. And traders are seeing that, and that's going to be a good bounce range. But we'll have to watch it closely, and we'll see how it reacts. Quantum computing in general is up pretty big on Friday. We saw Rigetti was up, Microsoft was up, NVIDIA shot up a little bit there. You could see QBTS was down just a little bit. QBT was down a little bit as well. IonQ was up, despite selling off big after missing their earnings. So what I would expect for Rigetti in the near term, if we start to see a recovery or a continuation of pattern of course, there's a ton of potential, and I plan to hold the stock longer term. This is a move that I think could happen. This would show very nicely a bullish sentiment for Rigetti. So that would be about a 20 to 40% increase of basically validating this and showing that we're going to potentially shoot up. A break above this SMA would be good, this 200-day moving average. Otherwise, it might get pushed up to here and then get rejected by this 200-day moving average. And then it will continue to be bearish until we have some significant news or maybe earnings come out and they're very favorable for the company. One thing to note about earnings is we had Nvidia beat their earnings big time. Their earnings with IonQ that came out also seemed to be favorable for their revenue. 11 million revenue. How does that stack up? It's about the exact same as they've had every other quarter. This time their net income was way lower though, because they're spending more. So we got to keep that in mind. That didn't look so hot. But outside of IonQ, Rigetti has, and IonQ's potential as a player over the next few years, they're a bullish long-term company. It's just this near-term volatility and potential sell-off continuation that's at risk. It's the near-term volatility that traders have to be watching out for, that investors don't think twice about. And so when we're trading it, if we decide to trade it, right now in the bearish market, a lot of times it pushes up at market open and then sells off the rest of the day. When we're in a bullish market, a lot of times it sells off right at the beginning of the day and pushes up for the rest of the day. And right now we haven't seen that sell off right at the beginning of the day so much. It's mostly been either if it does, it continues down for the rest of the day, or it pushes up right away and then sells off. But what we're looking for is a dip, that we start to see dips and pretty well crafted recoveries throughout the rest of the day. And that'll put us in a good position to continue to invest. And I'm having some allergies. My wife's having some allergies. I don't know what's going on. It's got to be like the oatmeal, peanut butter oatmeal. I don't know what's going on. Dusty. It's dusty. Yeah. That's cool. Throughout the day today, we'll be covering some quantum stocks, and I look forward to it. Preparing to get together a really good list for Sunday. I'd like to do a live stream. If you guys have any stocks that you're looking forward to covering for this upcoming week, drop them in the comment section. We can do analysis. We'll do a 3-part analysis on any one of those stocks that is meeting our criteria. And if you guys want to watch me trade live at Market Open on Monday, StockMate is the second link in the description to join us there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Fire your thumbs up. Smash the like button.
Yay.
Smash the like button. Do consider subscribing, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.